If you already have, or are planning, a living trust, the next big question is, what exactly should I put into the trust? And what should just have beneficiaries so it passes directly when I die? Get this wrong, and your family can still end up in probate, or your money can go to the wrong person. I'm Huang Lei, CFP and enrolled agent in the Bay Area. I help families with taxes, investments, real estate, and estate planning. Today, I'll walk you through 1. What usually goes into a revocable trust. 2. What should usually be handled by beneficiary designations instead. 3. The logic, when to use which and why. This is general education, not individual legal advice. Let's get started. Part 1. Assets that usually belong in your trust. The main jobs of your revocable living trust are: avoid probate, centralize control, provide clear rules when you're incapacitated or gone. So we generally want big-ticket, titled assets inside the trust. 1. Real estate. Your home, rentals, vacation homes, land, especially if you own property in more than one state. Why? Keeps those properties out of probate. Avoids multiple probates in different states. Lets your successor trustee sell or manage quickly if something happens to you. 2. Taxable investment accounts, non-retirement, regular brokerage accounts, individual stocks, bonds, mutual funds outside IRAs, 401ks. Why? Your successor trustee can manage investments if you're incapacitated. At death, those assets pass under one coordinated set of trust instructions without probate. 3. Bank accounts, selectively, savings, money markets, sometimes a secondary checking account. Why? Gives your trustee access to cash to pay bills, taxes, and administration costs without waiting for court letters. You can keep one small everyday spending checking account in your own name with backup POA if you prefer. 4. Business interests. Interests in LLCs, closely held corporations, partnerships, and sole prop business assets, if your operating agreement allows it. Why? Provides continuity of management and a clear succession path. Keeps ownership from getting stuck in probate if something happens to you. 5. High-value personal property. Jewelry, art, collectibles, high-value items often handled by a general assignment into the trust and a personal property memo. Why? Avoids probate over items that can create family conflict. Keeps distribution under the trust's rules. Important exception. What you usually do not retitle to the trust. Retirement accounts, IRAs, Roth IRAs, 401ks, 403bs. Retitling them to a revocable trust is treated as a distribution, bad for taxes and penalties. Instead, you work with beneficiary designations on those accounts. We'll get there next. Part 2. Assets that should usually pass by beneficiary designation. Some assets are built to pass by contract using a beneficiary form. Those usually bypass probate automatically and ignore what your will says. Common examples include: 1. Retirement accounts, IRAs, Roth IRAs, 401k, 403b, etc. You name primary and contingent beneficiaries directly on the custodian forms. Why use beneficiaries instead of the trust? These accounts have special tax rules. Leaving them directly to people can preserve flexibility under the 10-year payout rules or other planning, whereas moving ownership into a trust triggers tax and may cause more complexity. Sometimes you do name a trust as beneficiary, but that's for specific control reasons, which I'll cover in Part 3. 2. Life insurance. The policy already has a built-in beneficiary system. You can name people directly, or name your trust as beneficiary if you want that money to follow the trust's distribution rules. 3. Annuities, similar to life insurance. Contract-based payout to whoever is named. 4. POD accounts, bank accounts with payable on death, POD designations. Brokerage accounts with transfer on death, TOD designations. 5. joint accounts with right of survivorship, joint bank or brokerage accounts, and some jointly owned real estate can pass directly to the surviving joint owner. Why beneficiary designations are powerful? They bypass probate completely. They're usually the fastest way to get cash or tax-qualified assets to survivors. They do not care what your will says. Under California law and in most states, beneficiary designations almost always override the will. Part 3. How to choose. Trust versus direct beneficiary. Now, the real planning question. When is a simple beneficiary enough, and when do you want the trust involved? Use direct beneficiaries, simple and fast, when beneficiaries are adults, responsible, and family dynamics are straightforward. Account sizes are modest, and you don't need long-term control. Your priority is speed and simplicity. I just want this IRA or life policy to go straight to my spouse or kids with minimum friction. This is very common for 401k/IRA to spouse, Roth IRA to adult kids, life insurance to spouse, when you're okay with them controlling everything from there. Use a trust as owner or beneficiary when you need more control and protection. 1. Minor or spendthrift beneficiaries. You don't want a 19-year-old receiving $500k outright from an IRA or life policy. Solution: name a trust as beneficiary and let the trust control timing and conditions. 2. Blended families and second marriages. Beneficiary forms pay whoever is listed, with no built-in obligation to share with stepkids. A trust can pay income to a spouse for life, then principal to children from a previous marriage. 3. Special needs or vulnerable heirs. Outright distributions can blow up government benefits. A special needs trust named as beneficiary is far safer than naming the individual directly. 4. Desire for coordinated conditional distributions. If your plan sounds like 25% at age 25, 25% at 30, remainder at 35, use income for education and health in the meantime. A plain beneficiary form cannot do that. The trust is where you write those rules. The account or policy just names the trust as beneficiary. The will's role in all this. Anything in your sole name, no beneficiary, not in the trust, will go through probate under your will, or intestacy if there is no will. That's why the standard modern structure is trust for titled non-retirement assets, beneficiaries for retirement, insurance, PAD/TOD accounts, pour over will as backup to sweep leftovers into the trust and to name guardians for minor kids. In summary, big things with titles, trust, things that were designed to pay by contract, beneficiary forms. Everything else, covered by the will, ideally pouring into the trust. If you want more videos where we connect this with tax consequences, investment structures, and real estate in California, hit like, subscribe, and comment below.